Hi everybody, I'm Tana Grenda with Bristol Bay Fitness. I live in Alaska and I'm a hunter and I prep hunters to be in shape. I'll be honest, sheep hunting is very difficult physically. It's one of those hunts that the more prepared you are physically, the better off that you are and you're more likely to tag out on that animal because you have to be able to hike miles and miles every day with a heavy pack. So this is a fitness test to test you and to prepare you for your sheep hunt. So first of all, you want to start off with a pack that you're going to be using on your sheep hunt so that as you train with it, as you practice with it, it's comfortable for you. I like to use a KU one. I've got it all set up for me. And when it comes to doing this test, you're going to be using a weighted pack. And you can load your pack with whatever weight you want. You can use bags of dog food, salt bags. I'm at a gym, so I've got these heavy weighted balls here. And then you can also use plates. But the biggest thing is you want a majority of your weight sitting right in the middle of your back. So you want the weight distributed properly. You don't want it all hanging at the bottom or all hanging at the top to be top heavy. So I am going to put a total of 45 pounds in my pack. And I'm doing that with a 20, a 15, and a 10. So I'm gonna do the lighter weight on the bottom, the 10 pounder, then I'm gonna put the 20 pounder in the middle, and then the 15 on top. And then I'm gonna cinch my pack up and be ready to demo this test for you. Whatever pack you're using, you want to make sure you know how to fit it properly. Usually the company that makes the pack will have a YouTube video that shows you how to do it. I make sure all my straps are nice and loose every single time I put my pack on. So this is about 50 pounds because this is a 5-pound pack. It's a KU 6000 Pro. And then I put 45 pounds in it. The order I put a pack on is I put the waist belt on first and cinch that up. I want that to where this is sitting on my hips and not pulling down on my shoulders. And then you do the shoulder straps. That feels pretty good. Then the chest strap. And then I kind of re-cinch the waist up. Lastly, load lifters. So here, a couple things you want to be looking at with your pack is that you have a nice 45-degree angle with your load lifters. You have a little bit of space, about a 2-finger gap right above your shoulders, so it's not pulling on your shoulders, but it's sitting on top of your hips, right on top of your pelvic bone. My pelvis is right there. So I feel a majority of it on my lower body. We want to be carrying that with our big mover muscles, not our shoulders. And then the chest strap is just whatever feels most comfortable to you. The balance and stability test for sheep hunt is to do step-ups with your 40 to 50 pound pack, doing 25 step-ups each leg in 4 minutes or less. The importance of this is to test your ability to step up on uneven terrain, to be able to be climbing one-legged and have your balance. So this tests your core strength and your ability to stay balanced on one leg with weight on your back. And then it also tests your glute strength and your ability to climb and push up when you're tired. So I would do this test before you do your endurance cardio test, the hiking portion, because otherwise you're gonna be gassed at the end. So do this first and then do your option 1, 2, or 3 hike. For a step up, you can use a box, you can use a bench, you can use a step, a stair, whatever works. But the main rule of thumb is to make sure you have at least a 90-degree angle with your leg. It can be a little shorter, but don't let it be longer. If I'm only stepping up this much, it's not gonna really test me. I wanna make sure I'm at least at a 90-degree or higher with my foot. The second tip with this is to push through your heel, not your toes. Again, that gives you a solid step and better balance as you come up. And you really wanna push up through that heel and really stable. Extend at the top, come back down. Don't push off this leg. We're testing this leg. So through the heel and down. Push through your heels and down. So you should feel all that pressure through that one leg that's on this step that is working. I'm not doing anything with this leg other than keeping myself balanced as I come down. Same thing with the other side. You can even start with your weaker leg. That will help tighten your core if you feel imbalanced. So you want to do 25 each leg in 4 minutes or less with at least 40 pounds on your back. There are 3 different options that you can choose from for this sheep hunting fitness test. Option number 1 is the most ideal option because it mimics the actual situation you're going to be in on your hunt, and that's hiking outside. with your pack on. So option number 1, put 50 pounds in your pack, or make sure you have a 50-pound pack total like mine, and you're gonna go for a 5-mile hike outside with 1,000 feet elevation gain. Now, if you don't live in an area that you have elevation at all or any hills, and you live in the flatlands, then opt to go inside on an incline treadmill or stairs, because that's really gonna test your endurance with that elevation and that incline. And the kicker to this is to do it 2 days in a row, because anybody can do anything for a day and then not be able to walk the next day. We wanna make sure that you can do that 2 days in a row and continue the hunt instead of just being done after day 1. You can also use your trekking poles or not for that hike. So trekking poles are super helpful to your joints and to going up and downhill, or you can do it without for the ultimate test to really use your core strength. So that's option number 1, is hiking outside. Option number 2 is to hop on a treadmill. The treadmill test is to have at least 40 pounds in your pack. So you don't have to do a full 50, but have at least 40 pounds in your pack, and you're gonna go an incline of at least 8 or more, between 8 and 15, at a speed of 3.0 or greater. And then you're gonna wanna do this for at least 60 minutes. So I'm going at 3 speed, incline 8. I have a 50-pound pack, and I'm gonna stay here for a whole hour. Bonus is to not touch anything. Don't grab the handles and hold on the handles the whole time, because you're not gonna have something pulling you up the mountain. You have to actually use your core to hike. So as much as you can, try not to hold on to the handles. Try to really push through your heels and use your core and hike for a full 60 minutes. Now, if you can go faster than this, even better, but these are the minimums for the test. This is the third and final option, which is the stairs. I love the stairs because it really mimics that climbing and stepping up action, like I'm climbing a mountain, versus the treadmill. But it is harder than the treadmill and incline. So we're gonna do 45 minutes on the stairs as the test instead of 60. Still the same weight in your back, at least 40 pounds, at a speed of at least 7 or 70, depending on your stair mill. It's either gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it's gonna say a speed of 70, 80, 90, 100. So at least a 7 or 70 or greater. So I'm going to level 7. You can see how fast that is. I start to climb. Really push through your heels as you climb, because that's going to use your big muscles that are powerful. If you don't and you climb with just your toes, you're going to be using your hip flexors, which are tiny little muscles, and your hips are going to be killing you. Use your glutes. And we're going to do this for 45 minutes. If you need to hold on the handles to rest a little bit, you can. But again, like the treadmill, try to not hold on to the handles as much as possible. And that's it for the sheep hunting fitness test. So I hope you feel good now after doing the balance test and the endurance test, whether you went outside or on the treadmill or on the stairs. And do that 2 days in a row. That will be the ultimate test if you can do it 2 days in a row and still feel good. So if you're struggling with that, if you're recognizing that maybe you need a little bit more work, let me know, reach out to me. We'll get you set up on a program to get you in shape for your hunt.